Alright, so Sultai Kefnet is one of the many decks you can find on my website, jeffhoagland.com or magicesports.net. The core of this deck is just a blue-black control deck with a small green splash for Assassin's Trophy and Tamiyo Collector of Tales. We're mostly splashing for this, and then because we have green lands anyways, we've added in some Tamiyos as another just reasonable green card that gives us some extra threat density and some flexibility on picking up and reusing cards we've already used. Straight blue-black control leaves a bit to be desired in this format, because there's a lot of key Planeswalker cards and like land cards that you need to answer, and Assassin's Trophy gives us answers to both of those types of cards at a very efficient rate, which is nice. Playing Contempt is less flexible, and it's also more expensive in terms of mana. I think this deck's like fine. I don't think it's tier 1 by any means, but it's good enough that I'm gonna go ahead and play some ladder matches with it and hopefully not live to regret that decision. Awesome, Jared. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for the submission. The sand would be so good with a blue source. Sand's fine. We're gonna keep, what am I getting rid of here? And this hand is a great example of your deck is just a lot better when you know what you're playing against. I'm gonna bottom this Disfigure, but like if they're playing vampires or mono red, I'm really gonna regret that decision. I'm electing to keep Legion's End in my hand as opposed to Disfigure, because if they're playing a Field of the Dead deck, Disfigure is a dead draw, and Legion's End will be really powerful. All right, hopefully we managed to find our 4th land on time here. Yeah, 3 mana Teferi's not going anywhere anytime soon. If we had an untapped land next turn, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot. If we miss, we're probably gonna be in a lot of trouble. Ooh, we've been to search. That's exciting. Are you ready to never have Kefnet flip a spell? Born ready. Wow, there's just like no fish, huh? All right, so do I trophy this and then negate this? Or do I play this? I feel like I might just want to trophy this and negate this. If they like play Teferi, tuck this, attack her for 4, I'm not really happy with that outcome. So I think I just do this. we negate Teferi next turn. And we go from there. This negate can tell Teferi to go tuck himself. Why trophy on my turn in case they have a negate? Max Hefty, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you're at. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, Tamiyo totally protects us there. We even just had it from the Bell Haunt, right? Yeah, chat's super correct. Just so. Just so we're aware. I actually think I just take Thought Erasure here. That way I don't have to, like, make them play the Teferi out. I prevented a Surveil. Yeah, there we go. That was the goal. That was the intention there. And I think I actually want to hit another land tier, right? So I'm just going to leave that there. I already have 12 cards in my bin. Eaters, thank you. Adoresis, thank you for the third of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Our time together is finished.
Yeah, that would be fine, Max. That would be a fine one. You can either cheer bits in chat with the message for that deck, or send the donation using the link below the stream. Hey, look, chat, we triggered Kefnet successfully. It's pretty sweet. We're really good at this. The good news is we're really far ahead, so, like, you know, it's like not really a big deal. I apologize to everybody's animals who just got excited by my doorbell. All right, so I'm gonna put back this and this. So I think I'm going to upkeep, activate. The last time someone rang my doorbell twice, it was Jehovah's Witnesses. Actually, the last 2 times someone's rang my doorbell twice, it was Jehovah's Witnesses. So, actually, I'm gonna just draw this because hitting 8 lands is pretty reasonable because it means if I can activate Azcanta and still do other stuff. Yeah, it's something I need to look into, Twin.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Hold that thought.
Papi! Remember that time I negated a Thought Erasure that wasn't going to do anything and it didn't matter? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Afternoon, silly cheese.
Hone your prowess.
Look, Chad, it's not my fault my deck's busted, okay? If you too want to play a deck and make a bunch of mistakes and manage to still win, I would recommend playing this one. Alright, what do we want my last two cards to be here? Would I rather have Vraska's Contempt or Unmoored Ego? I'm bringing in Strokes and Negates. So I feel like I can probably just counter Dreadhorde a lot of the time, right? Dreadhorde would be the card I might be worried enough about to Ego. They could have Thief of Sanity, that's true. Let's do that. This is a deck list that we've played on stream a number of times before, Moondris, that's been tuned slowly and steadily. You find it up on my website. Someone asked me what my favorite snacks are. I eat a lot of different things. What have we recently got? We've recently... I'm a big fan of peanut butter. And Christy recently got these Jif power-up bars that are like really good. I'm a big fan of peanut butter-based snacks. I've still got some gummy fun party mix here that we're probably gonna snack on. I'm currently eating a Swift Schnacks cheese and nut cup. We are Twitch chat, we want Ego. Yeah, I know what you want. Peanut butter is good in milkshakes, that's very true. Neo bars. Yeah, I've got, there's some Neo bars back there on my thing too. That code's technically still active. I just tend to roll off the list of sponsors once they've been exhausted a little bit. Peanut butter is the worst, literally disgusted. Listen, I know someone asking for a timeout when I see it. Yeah, the Neo bars are good. I'm actually not really a peanut butter elitist. As a happy and fat American, I accept peanut butter in all forms into my heart of hearts. Duress is a pretty good hit here. Get to poke through my defenses, and more importantly, they get to sequence their cards around my cards better now because they know what's coming up. I honestly wouldn't be super surprised to see them just take Search for Azcanta here. So you're saying there's no wrong way to eat a Rhesus. Yeah, exactly. See, you get it. You get it. Second Negate here is an excellent draw. Alright, chat. I've got my no buttons ready. Papi! I'm actually going to hang tight for a second here, because I don't want to, like, erasure them and then have them play two good threats next turn, or, like, have two good threats in their hand. Untapped land. Alright, now I'm going to do this and hope they only have the Citadel. So this gives them a window to stick something good here. Magic is a low variance, high skill game. That's like the entire game right there. If they just like miss on that draw step, we get to like stick Azcanta with Negate up and they just like can never win. Oh, you know what? I should have left that land on top. Because if I leave that land on top, I get to mill it and then flip the Azcanta over here. That's what should have happened there. It's actually a pretty big mistake. Because because I can't flip this Azcanta now, I can't play Kefnet and hold up Negate this turn. It's a really big deal. So now I just have to jam Kefnet and like hope for the best. I guess I could. No, I just need to flip this. That was a good draw. All right, yep. One good top deck deserves another, right? Now, if they have a veto, we get into a little bit of trouble here. All right. Oh-ho. We're halfway there. Oh-ho. Living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. They had veto and they just had another Teferi, sure. All right, so we get 5 shots at an Assassin's Trophy next turn. Thanks for the 13 months, Neil Drox. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, so... Oh, I also have those that I can draw too. Yep. We were incredibly likely to find a 2-mana answer to this Teferi. So we need to fade Command the Dreadhorde here at this point. It's a lot of draws that Command the Dreadhorde. We have an Azcanta activation here, though. Deal. Pro tip. Don't play your Cavalier of Gales while they have a Narset out. I want to trophy this Narset. And again, I keep spending my removal spells during their upkeep in case they have a counterspell. I want them to spend the mana on their turn. And I'm trophying this because it gives them 4 looks at a Command the Dreadhorde, which is a card that I can't currently beat, so I'd prefer they don't get it.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
So we have 2 pieces of card advantage in our hand right now. So even once they Thought Erasure us, we're still going to get to play a reasonable card next turn, which is good. I got so used to Little Tap, I forgot how to cast spells on my opponent's upkeep, right? So if they didn't have a Thought Erasure in their hand face up Clipsy, I would agree with you that we would really want to take the land there so we can have a better chance to like do more per turn. But because their Thought Erasure is face up, I think it's important that I leave myself the flexibility to have a card advantage spell next turn regardless. And now that I drew Negate for the turn, if I didn't draw Negate, I would have slammed Cavalier. But because I drew Negate, I just want to hold Negate up so that way I don't get blown out by a Dread Horde.
Every story is an opportunity for new data.
I think I'm just picking Negate up here, huh? Is that crazy? Like, what creature could they play? I think it's just a second Negate.
No tails should be discarded.
It's possible I should take Kefnet there, too. And again, just letting this happen. That's a good clean 2-for-1 in our favor. They spent a card to kill our card that drew a card. 5/6 of my way to the new Pokemon games, huh? Thanks for the 10 months. Yeah, I appreciate it. Sword and Shield, yep. Yep, that's a great way to put it. Oh, you know, I should bottom that, right? Because I'm probably activating Azcanta here. So I should bottom a non-Azcanta hit. Small mistake. So, my deck doesn't actually have that much threat density in it. So I think I actually have to counter this. Ashiok doesn't exile Nexus, Sandman. That's not how Nexus and Ashiok work. Alright, so I'm gonna wait to Cavalier until I have 9 mana. So that way I can still activate Azcanta that turn and hold up double Negate. Alright, what are you holding on to over here? I'm actually really looking forward to this card rotating out. People talk about things they're looking forward to not being in the format anymore. I'm looking forward to Control's card advantage not being land-based. Like, don't get me wrong, we're winning this game by a lot right now, but like, in general, I think this style of card is like not super healthy for the format. And again, at this point, I just want to ask myself, how do I lose this game? And I think the answer to that is them resolving Command the Dread Horde. So at no point am I not going to leave up double Negate on their turn while I have double Negate, because I just want to not lose by mistake here. Just want to ask myself the question, how do they win? Do I have an option to prevent them from winning in that way? And then take that line. And then this Azcanta clears my brainstorm, which is sweet. The other Tamiyo was exiled, unfortunately. So I'm gonna Tamiyo, pick up third Negate.
I follow the tracks of the wise.
Are we done here? And remember, this is still that same game where I Thought Erasured them, they had nothing, and they top decked Teferi. This is still that same game. Do we know, are we at the point where our Azcanta started putting cards at the bottom again? Not quite yet. This is a point where if we were playing paper, I would just have my hand face up on the table and just be like, opponent, you can concede at any point. You just let me know. There's a 4th negate in my deck, right? I'm pretty sure there's a 4th. Nope, 4th negate is there. I guess I name Assassin's Trophy. Like, I'm actually just gonna discard a Drawn from Dreams to hand size. That's not true. I'll discard an Narset. I'm mostly countering this because it adds a turn to my clock. I know I don't have to discard. Even if I did, I have plenty of cards. You know what? I technically shouldn't activate this. My hand's full anyways, and I shouldn't give them an opportunity to kill that.
Meditate and
prepare. Alright, I mean, go, I guess. This is all I got. This Sultai Kefnet deck definitely isn't tier 1, but gosh if I don't love playing it. It's a gas. It's hilarious. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. Max FD, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. For an Esper Citadel build-around, sounds fantastic. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic and other games 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you're someone who enjoys constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here, and we change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours, so always get a lot of variety in the stream each day. I'd also like to give a shout out, as always, to my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be here day and day without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my great sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my paper, Magic, and other TCG cards using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards directed to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Silaris, been loving the Auroch Field deck. Keep up the great work. Thank you for the 11 months of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This hand could use an untapped land, but it's pretty reasonable otherwise. We have a Scry land to hopefully find a shock or a basic here. The dab emote was a good addition. The quality upgrade for the stream. I'm just here so my life isn't garbage time. Fair. We'll bottom another 5. Catching you live for the first time in a while to drop off my Prime sub. Great content as always. Well, thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. Let's Erasure to start since I have this negate to negate and negate. Yo, dog. Yo, dog. Whoa! That is... Each player puts the top 4 cards, then you return 2 instants or sorceries from your... Yep. Okay. That's interesting. So they're obviously a Reanimator deck. Yeah, I mean, they missed a land drop, right? So, like, really good chance they have all gas. Is this a bondage-themed deck? Yeah, I could see that if I really wanted to hedge threat density. The fact that she doesn't kill planeswalkers or lands, though, is a little awkward. I think I take the Tombbound Lich here. I think... I'm gonna bin the Swamp because it's not a, And then, like, Ritual of Soot probably doesn't have much text in this matchup, so if we brick on a land, even if we hit the land for Cavalier, I might just Soot this 1 for 1. Although I guess that kind of shuts it down, huh? The Mad Chicken, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do this, I think.
I have practiced against many. I have just the trick for this.
Yeah, Erasure sounds good. I want to cut through their bonds at some point. The Mad Chicken, thank you for the brand new tier 1 Son. And Drom, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. So this prevents my opponent from drawing additional cards. So this, I'm probably just going to leave this in play and not impulse her again next turn. They got back a copy of Duress there. Okay, so we're going to put Tamiyo into play.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
And then... we'll do this. What do I want to do with this Tamiyo? I kind of want to just get a land back. Is that crazy? I kind of want to just pick a land up.
The storied past holds our future.
I guess they put Massacre Girl in their bin, so if they have a land here, they could Bond of Insight the Massacre Girl. And, like, kill my Planeswalkers. So maybe I'm supposed to plus her there to play around Massacre Girl coming into play with haste. I could see that. Hey, Ardino Calvito, thank you for the 2 months of Prime support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Yeah, it guarantees value off of Tamiyo, but, like, she generates more value in the long term if she sticks around, right? Is part of it. I'd love to draw, like, a trophy next turn so I can kill this. OP is listening. Nah, probably not. I think people ghost a lot less often than people make it, than some people make it out to be. Huh? I'm gonna bin this and look for an Assassin's Trophy here, I think.
Hone your prowess.
That's not terrible. That counters a, that counters Duress, right? Oh, bunch of Prime subs there. Chris Campbell checking in for the 5th month. Python checking in for 25 long months. And Noobtown, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate it.
Let me aid your research.
Anyone know what they're going to do in Arena once rotation comes? They're going to be introducing a new constructed format called Historic, where you'll be able to play your rotated cards. A lot of their hand is not particularly good right now. Mr. Zhao checking in with that brand new Prime Sport. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. The Tombbound Lich letting them filter through some of those bad cards, though, here, since Narset is gone now. A little unfortunate there wasn't a trophy in our top 25 cards. They haven't confirmed best of 3 for Historic yet, though. I don't think so, but I'm not 100% on that. Is there a trophy in the bin? Did I miss one? Oh, there is one in the bin. You're right. You're right. Oh, that one, that got milled off of their Bond of Insight, right? Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Duress me, daddy. Did I draw another Bond of Insight? God-Eternal Kefnet. Wow, that's good. Huh. I think I'm gonna plus for a Kefnet of my own here.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Leaving this as playing with fire because my opponent's Kefnets always hit spells. Lucky. This lets me keep. It's a little greedy on their part to not send both of these at Tamiyo. Is gonna like cast a dragon. You have 8 mana. Why did they shock it an 8th land? Oh, sure. It's a lot of cards. Historic will have both best of 1 and best of 3. Awesome. Thank you for the source. I appreciate the reasonableness. Alright, so Duress is no longer in their hand, so I think I do this and just grab this trophy and we trophy the Kefnet here.
Learned much from my ancestors.
And then I can witch figure this and negate something. Am I through both my Tamiyos at this point? Yeah, that's awkward. I threw both my Tamiyos, and there's one of my other Cavs in my bin. Yeah, I agree. I think this format's going to make a good base for Historic. There's a lot of sweet things going on in it.
More data will
My dreams dissipate
Woof.
like smoke.
How about if we don't tap my only green source? I unfortunately do not have enough lands to Erasure and Trophy, but I think I need to just Trophy here and hope they don't have a main deck Negate, because there's so few. I only have 22 cards left in my deck, so even getting milled by 4 more here is just not good for me. They declined getting a land because they want this God-Eternal on top of their deck, which makes sense. And this is honestly a great example of part of the problem with playing a control deck like this. Is I think this deck's a very reasonable metagame choice against things like vampires and Esper control and Bant Scapeshift. But you run into these random off-meta things, and you're just your answers don't line up perfectly, and you end up in a bad spot, right? Hey, thanks for the 29 months, Jace. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm just taking the Bedevil. Yeah, I think there's a chance that they're just a value bond deck. Or if they are playing dragons, they're not playing 4 of them. Yeah, they don't have dragon or agent in their bin currently. Man, do I just concede the match? I really kind of feel like we don't have a very good shot here. Opponent's deck kind of has our number. Were they missing quad blue? I don't know. I don't even think we're beating it casting once. I guess I leave cast down in to kill maybe I just leave the cast downs in to kill what's it called? The 1/3. Is that a lot for me? It's not actually. The viewer counts on average is way down over the summer, and because the format's in a point where people are kind of sick of it and ready for a rotation. So I'm happy to have everyone here. They're great. This is a lot for a Magic stream, but compared to April, May, we're way down. Is what it is. Is it down from month 2 of War of the Spark? Yeah, I think so. I don't remember exactly. And peak viewers don't matter so much as what the average viewer count is. If I recall, the average viewer count was down. Having the absurd weekend last weekend with big numbers during the event helped pull it up a little bit, but for the most part, numbers are down. Think it has anything to do with sub-only chat? No. We entered sub-only chat in March, and it's down compared to April and May. Sub-only chat was a huge positive change for the stream. And it's not one that I will be changing. Even if sub-only chat had negatively impacted the numbers, we probably wouldn't have changed. Thanks for the 32 months, JW. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They do actually have Drakuseth in their deck. Okay. Hey, thanks for the 2 months, Big Chev. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Once you start breaking 1,000 people consistently, like, even when you're reasonable at interacting with chat, there's just too many people in chat that you can't really meaningfully interact with them. So, like, throwing up the sub only so we can still, like, actually read and answer questions from people is a big boon. As opposed to, like, trying to keep up with a scrolling wall of memes. Most large chats, even if they're not toxic, they're still pretty useless. Just by, like, the virtue of what Twitch chat devolves into. Those are pretty good. So do I want to play another Cavalier next turn? I think I kind of do, right? I probably want to hide Trophy, though. Let's do that. All right, so now that they did that, I'm going to go ahead and just pass here so I can stroke a reanimate spell, I think. Or stroke a blue bond. And then next turn, ideally, we're going to Cavalier into another land so we can still hold up stroke alongside casting Cavalier. I mean, the good news is Drakuseth doesn't kill my big blue flying things. All right, so they're gonna stroke me back here, I think. Yeah. Feel like I need to get a little lucky to win here, anyways. Might as well just jam. I'd like an untapped black source, please. So we got punished for making a good decision. Because it's correct to leave up the blue-green land, because there's way more black sources than green sources in my deck. I think I do this, so that way next turn I can Thought Erasure a Negate out of their hand. Right. Yeah, the Keith's deck is sweet. 10 out of 10 agree. They brought Not an Entrancing Melody. That's brutal. Huh? I think I want the trophy. Do I want God-Eternal Kefnet or the Search for Azcanta? I think I probably want God-Eternal as a way to start ending the game. I'm not trophying the Cavalier of Gales proactively because if they floop their dragon into play, I wanna do that. So it goes into my deck, but they still scry too, so it's pretty good for them here. Nectar of Death, thank you for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. If a opponent has full knowledge of her hand, does blue cap make it unknown again? It does. So any cards that are face up in your hand, it turns face down. Well, that's terrifying. They stack both on top. Oh, this kills Tamiyo, I guess. I was like, why did they bring in that? And it kills Tamiyo. Okay. They have 37 cards in their deck. I don't think them decking out is going to be a realistic thing that happens, though. Yeah, they rolled back the patch that made the decks really thick. Why is just 6 cards worth the splash of green? Because control decks need to be able to answer problem permanence, and Assassin's Trophy does that in the most efficient way in the format. Also, the splash of green comes at a very minimal cost between the temples and the other dual lands that we have. This deck's probably interested in playing temples anyways, and there aren't blue-black temples. So at that point, the splash becomes more and more free. If you want to see us conclude why that's a worthwhile addition, you can watch back to some of the earlier work we did on this deck, where we started as just a straight blue-black deck, and then concluded that I wanted something more. Wow, that mills my Drawn from Dreams off the top of my deck. That's so brutal. We were like actually gonna have a chance to be in this game. Rough. Yeah, it's a real tilt. Why does it randomly mill me too? Hopefully they get back a Thought Erasure and take a look at my blank here. It's a war card, so it's contractually obligated to produce feel-bad play experiences. Oh, that's... Yep. Alright, I should have just conceded that match halfway into game 1. Hopefully we get some actual metagame decks. That would be great. Their deck just had too many things that lined up well into what we were doing. And again, you play a match like that, doesn't make me want to change anything in my deck. So, you know, you can't make knee-jerk changes to your deck every time. I mean, my opponent was not top 200 Mythic, Katsu. But yeah, you find a lot of off-meta decks in here. The thing you have to remember is that a lot of people are playing Magic for fun, right? Like, to give you some insight, like, think about my tournament from this past weekend, right? I finished 22nd out of over 2,000 players and won effectively nothing. So, like, if you're just playing Magic with the only goal of being earning prizes, you're gonna be really sad a lot of the time. So, like, the reason why I played the Sultai, the Yarok Field deck in that tournament was because I really liked playing the deck. That's the reason to play Magic, to find decks that you enjoy and then play those. Narset's great against their handful of Hydroid Crisis. Don't play a White Source. Don't do it. This game is so tilting. Magic the Gathering, ladies and gentlemen. Just mono tilts the Gathering. Enjoy your stay. Oh, and I can't even catch this fucking Negate because there's a Teferi in play. 58 weeks, 0 days, 13 hours, 13 minutes, and 59 seconds. But then who's counting, really? That's so incredibly frustrating. I actually don't think this matchup's that bad. Just for the record, we were just hoping that they were gonna miss white for one turn so our Negate could have a text box. It's not been a good scene for hoping our opponent breaks for a turn so far today. It's not been breaking well for us. I guess this is important for stopping their Crisis from drawing. Need one more cut here. Ritual of Soot's important against their Hydroid, their Crisis / Nissa deck. They got a lot of mana dorks too. I want all my grasps. Maybe I don't want the last Negate. 5 counters is probably plenty. Little awkward that if I play Temple on 1, I can't search on 2, but I think that's fine. I assume we'll see some kind of ban in Modern come Monday. I feel like I'm not in a position to leverage that just yet. I want those a little bit later. Is there any actual chance they ban Teferi? Less than 0. I'm basically losing my scry here, but I think that's fine. Alright, so we just need a Ritual of Soot at this point. Maybe I should have moved past that, looking for a Ritual of Soot, actually. Maybe it was wrong to keep that there because I have this trophy. So, like, I take this. Now, there is a chance that we do just get run down by this Nissa. But if we find one of our 3 copies of Soot, we're going to be in a pretty okay spot. Yeah, I guess I'm actually just going to go ahead and grasp this then, right? Since they chose not to. Now I wish I would have kept the Disdainful Stroke there. They chose to play around to counterspell. Alright, sure. Deal. In. My deck is like, Jeff, you really need this Disdainful Stroke. Trust me. Trust me, Jeff. I know what's best. I appreciate you, deck. Sometimes I don't know what I need, but my deck does. My deck's just like, Jeff, I got your back. Yeah, they waited to play this, so... Yikes. Yep. So, if I Azcanta here, I can Erasure this. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just passing. Yeah, depending on what they do. So I get a lot of looks at I get a lot of looks at a Ritual of Soot here to clean out this mess. I'd also much rather stroke this than stroke, sure. Do 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 do. This I already have 8 lands, right? So we'll bottom this. Eight lands is kind of a key point in this deck. Because at 8 lands, you can activate Azcanta and still cast a 4-mana spell, which is important. I mean, it's like kind of a 5-for-1. Like the Hydroid Crisis drew them 3 cards, right? So it's not exactly a 5-for-1.
No longer. Rise, my elemental friend.
Oh, you know what? I didn't board in my Vraska's Contempts here, did I? Contempt is definitely supposed to board in this matchup because of Cavalier of Thorns.
Dueling you will be excellent research.
That Cavalier is the reason why we have Strokes in our sideboard as well. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Guess that's actually pretty good for them. And Cavalier puts the other Cavalier back on top, and then you name that Cavalier with Tamiyo's plus. It's like not bad. Huh? I think I'm gonna cut these Narsets. I think even though they stop Hydroid Crisis, they're just not good enough here. I just have a hard time. This deck uses its health total as so much of a resource early that it just has a hard time not having Narset die inside of combat. That's true. Not all the ramp decks play that. I feel like this is probably a mulligan. I feel like I'm looking for, like, Negate, Disdainful Stroke, Thought Erasure in my opening hand a lot of the time here. I really don't want a trophy early. Ritual of Soot's also another good one to have in my opener. Every time you mulligan a close 7, you get punished by an unkeepable 6. Welcome to Magic. Enjoy your stay. This hand's actually pretty good, though. I think we bought these two and hope to draw some lands. I think the scries make it okay. I don't know. It's kind of speculative. Like, that hand's looking to draw a lot. That is not a second black source, but I think it's keepable here. Is there a replacement for Blue Cavalier in this deck? Not really. The Cavaliers are, like, pretty unique threats in this format. I'm shocking in to hold up the Negate here, because if I don't hold up the Negate on 2, they could just Teferi, and then, like, the Negate no longer has text. Wow, 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 wow. Ashiok, the Dream Render. Wow, they brought in Aether Gust for our trophies and our wild. They kept Trophy and Tamiyo.
Shelter in my stewardship.
Yep.
The land shall conquer you.
That's not the black source I wanted for Christmas.
I am in need of rest.
I mean, if we hit an untapped black source next turn, we're actually in a pretty okay spot, right? So, like, I'm not actually that tilted by that top deck. Like, it's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. If we hit a black source, we're actually incredibly ahead. And instead, we will die unable to cast our spells, because that is peak Magic the Gathering. Opponent hits best possible top deck, we die being unable to cast our spells. So, Trophy or Noxious Grasp plus Black Source keeps me alive here. Nope, Trophy does not work. I need Noxious Grasp plus Black Source. That's so frustrating. Because they brought in Aether Gust against our Assassin's trophies. God bless quote 108. God bless quote 108. They're gonna draw Nissa and kill us here, so it doesn't matter. But, you know.
My weakness compromise a nightmare.
This Ashiok's just gonna mill us out. 32 cards left in our deck. How many threats do we have? We have, we actually have a lot of threats. Alright, alright. Cooking with gas. Cooking with gas. Alright, alright. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. Do I play around? Do I play around top deck Nissa? We're probably not supposed to. I also think I want to save 4 cards in my deck.
Remember, your nightmares remain.
I think I'm going to hang tight. I think I'm going to play around top deck Nissa from this point. I feel like I'm ahead from this position on average, and I just want to hang tight. How many Drawn from Dreams are there still in my deck? 1, 2, there's 2 Drawn from Dreams. Am I through both my Kefnets or just one? There's one. Yeah, there's like, I've got like 2 Cavaliers. There's 23 cards in my deck, and like, there's 2 Drawn from Dreams, a Kefnet, 2 Cavalier Gales. Both my Tamiyos are gone, right? There's still a Tamiyo in there too, and a Search for Azcanta. Oh, keep a land to brainstorm with Cavaliers. Yeah, that's probably correct.
I will aid you.
Hey, Zuchin, thanks for the 8 months of support there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Alright, dead to 3rd Nissa. Woof.
I am that which lightens.
This study is for
Haunted.
Drawn from Dreams. Fish through time. We only have 12 cards left. We need to draw a threat this turn. It's not a good scene, chat. It's not a good scene. We know there's a negate on top. Well, those are the cards we bottomed to start. All right. I like playing this deck, but we're gonna switch to something else. That was a pretty miserable run. It's a pretty unfortunate run overall. And I don't really have anything to change in this list. This is the same one that's up on the site. We've played it a few times before. I feel like we ran extra cold in those games. The second match was a match where their deck just lined up incredibly well against us. They were playing a really interesting off-meta Grixis Reanimator deck, and we just didn't have the good tools to answer them. And that third matchup, the first game, there was just, they drew the white source and we died. And then that third game, we just needed a piece of action and like those 4 draws at the end, and we just didn't get anywhere. Of course, I guess they punted to give us that opportunity too. Like, we would have never been in that position if they would have just cast their Aether